me more involved in that, we can go down that road, but I think everyone here would prefer not to go down that road. We have got a good leadership team. I would just ask you guys, please, stay on top of your shit and follow the rules. And if you got issues, come talk about it. We try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. But something that you guys should all know, no matter if you are a recruit or a goddamn colonel, is yes, everyone does have recruiting software, like Giggity said, and they are taking clips of any kind of abuse by our members, and we cannot give preferential treatment to our members. Right? If anything, we have to make examples out of our members to prove that we don't give you guys special treatment. Because if we did, if we were to turn a blind eye every time one of our guys messed up and yet enforce the rules against other people, that would affect our server license and that affects everything. So we can't go down that road, just that way you guys are aware. Okay? I'm not going to beat that dead horse more than it needs to be, but if people continue fucking up, I will become more involved again. And so please, let's spare everyone, myself included, from going down that road. Okay? We are beyond the dark times now. Okay? A few other things to kind of get into. We got plenty to talk about today, but we have divisional updates. Have you already done those, Giggity?
That's what we were currently discussing, just really numbers,
Well,
recruiting.
you have the numbers, so why don't you do the numbers?
I already did. That was
Okay,
the first thing
already
I had
good.
to. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Um, five current battalions right now, all running. Fifth battalion is kind of still trying to get itself operational, but we'll get into that more in a minute. Well, let's go for the Discord updates. Erwin, you want to take HQ?
Yeah, that's no problem.
All right, to put him to sleep.
So, coming with Armor Reforger, the coming changes, we're looking to support more from the HNS side. Understandably, it's not something we can rush right now, so we're trying to get the building blocks in place for that. So I want to do it right and not fast. So there will be positions opening up in regards to onboarding, retention, membership, mentorship, training, and some of the other teams in place, such as events and scrims, and the media teams will adapt to assist, but that will come at a later date. That'll be opening up slots for COs and XOs on teams and within the HNS leadership on the Armor Reforger side. We'll be looking at installing a leadership team to help get the stability in place regarding the COC structure on that side as well. As many of you are as aware, I wrote this in horrible English. If you're, hang on. So the hours on Armor Reforger are not currently pullable because it doesn't have battle metrics. So we're waiting on the game to have battle metrics before we're able to pull the data on that one. So for now, you're still going to have to get your hours in squad, not from Armor Reforger. Do you want me to go into 3rd and 4th Battalion now, or do you want to wait?
Give it a sec. Let me go off of something you just said, because I don't want to get too much into Reforger right off the bat, but since you already brought it up, hours. Okay? A lot of you guys know how we track hours. However, for anyone on the Reforger side, we are not tracking that right now. Okay? There is no, hey, you haven't got your 5 hours in this week. What the hell? Not going on at all. And anyone participating over there, it's kind of just, it's a clean slate as everything gets established. And my expectation is that will last about 90 days. Okay? As we get everything built up and everything else, it's going to take that long before we start implementing processes like that. So don't feel like that is an effect. And for anyone participating over there, the Marine Division does want it to be successful. So all officers here in NCOs be aware that for any of you guys participating over there, try to work with them if their hours are getting cut over here, if they're supporting over there. Okay? Obviously, needs of platoons, companies, squads, they always come as a high priority. But this is a new endeavor we're trying to support. So accommodations can be made across the board. All right?
Also, I just want to point out, since we're talking about hours as well, we're looking into other ways to as far as like not only for Armor Forger, because I know I've heard some grumblings about like what we've been mentioning, their hours not counting over for squad and people worried about promotions, etc. It's case by case basis for Arma. However, we are looking into getting, if y'all are doing STTs, I know a lot of y'all do STTs with the groups and go on to other servers. Well, we're starting to look into go ask those server community, the other communities about getting a what's called API token for Battlemetrics, which is how we get the hours, and seeing how we can count your hours on those as well. That's gonna be a little. It's gonna take us a little bit of time. However, we just want to let y'all know we are still advanced, trying to keep it fair. We're not trying to bog y'all down where y'all only can play on our servers. We like y'all playing on all our servers. Obviously, that's a big thing. However, for the STTs and whatnot, that is definitely something we're looking into. So I think Z Knight will go into that a little bit more once we get to that point. But yeah, just since we're talking about hours, so Erwin, I think you were unless I was gonna say unless you have anything else, Sharp, I was gonna let Erwin continue with his retention.
Yeah, go ahead, Erwin.
So there's going to be some changes in regards to the way that retention works with 3rd Battalion and 4th Battalion. So we'll be reverting back to an original system we had before. So if you're sat in 3rd with zero hours, or you're classed as a red member, you'll either be moved to reserve or you'll be discharged. So any and all members who qualify for reserves will be transferred. This is for division down through 1st and 3rd Battalion. This will also remove the current 0-hour obligation of 3rd and reinstate the minimum requirement of hours required to move to a company and return the 0-hour obligation to 4th where it's supposed to be. So reserves currently is supposed to offer 0-hour obligations. You got no events, no trainings, no scrims, no medals. And 3rd is a BCT and entry into the division, minimum requirements for 5 to 10 hours to be able to gain entry to a company and transfer into a company. With retention, so transferring from out processing to 3rd will be a thing of the past, and what is displayed in the division info will change regarding these policies. Oh, hang on a second, my whole PC's gone black. So does anybody have any questions regarding that? So basically, the way we used to do it was if you went to 0 and 20% of you guys are just chilling in the red, they're dead numbers to us. So you can either go to reserves. If you haven't got the time to play, we can put you in reserves. It's no issue. Or if you don't qualify for reserves, we'll just out-process you into the sin bin and discharge you from the division.
I'm gonna just speak on that just real quick. The way to avoid that is just to make sure you communicate. Whether it's if you're in 3rd RB, communicate with some of the leadership in 3rd RB. I think there's obviously Smiley's still there. I can't remember who else is in that helping
Jerry's
him out.
over there.
Okay, thank you. And just make sure y'all communicate. And if y'all need to go on LOA, I think recruits can go on LOA, or am I wrong? I can't remember. Well, either way, just make sure that you ask and just communicate with those leadership. And if you can't get a hold of those leadership, just ask anybody in the barracks. They'll try to point you in the right way, and trying to help you out whatever way. And because every leadership has the ability to check on a lot of different things, so they will try to help you out, or at least find someone to help you out. Same goes with all obviously 1st, 2nd, and battalions. Y'all definitely just communicate if y'all are having trouble meeting requirements, or if you just need to go on LOA for those that are in 1st and 2nd. Y'all just make sure you're updating that. I mean, it's really quick. You just make sure you can tell like one person, they can pass it on to like 5. It's super easy, or just tell your chain of command. It's super easy. It's not very hard. I know there's sometimes extenuating circumstances, and we try to take that in effect. Just kind of keep communication. Good communication. I can't stress that enough.
If I may. For the questions that are going on in the chat, because I have it pulled up as well. Just if you are a member of 3rd RB and you need to see what your hours are, you can always contact any NCO and they can check it for you. But you could also reach out to 3rd RB command members. Okay, they can also assist you. All right, pretty easy. They can look your name up and it'll show. All right. Just as a heads up.
There is that technically that the website as well. I'm not too sure how accurate it is, but it looks pretty old to be honest with you. Maybe it is updated.
Yep.
Okay. Well, there you go. You can check your hours there.
Okay. Erwin, anything else?
Z Knight's going to speak on Project Mattis.
Yep. Z Knight, feel free. Let's jump to you real quick.
I'll let him jump on another one.
Hey, am I here?
You're here.
Alrighty. So, for the past several months, the programming team and myself, we've been kind of working on sort of an internal system that's web based. So currently, how everything works now is we have a Google organization, and everything is ran on spreadsheets and duct tape. Um, there's a lot of avenues for that stuff to break, and we have to scramble to fix it. So for the past several months, the programming team has been coming up with our own system. It's entirely web based. It'll have a URL for people to go to, and I've created just about everything that one does on Roster 2.0 on this system. I think maybe minus one or two things. So it has a nice little dashboard where you can see everybody's name and hours, a master members list that shows all their data, adding and managing LOAs, changing ranks. I can pull it up and show everybody at the end of the meeting if you guys want to see it. But future of this is basically the different teams like onboarding, retention, all the officers will get an account to use this system, and that is where we'll manage things going forward. It'll work a lot better than the current system of using spreadsheets. Like I said, it'll be hosted on a website on AWS. And to touch on that, I am looking for honest to goodness front end and back end developers. I'm not that guy. I am in cybersecurity. I'm not in web development. I am figuring it out as I'm going along. So if you guys do this as your career or you're a senior in college, hit me up. I'm not trying to grab freshmen or sophomores. I need people who already know what they're doing because I don't have the time to teach. I'm also looking for people who are very familiar with various Discord bots. For example, my good friends in the Discord management side, they've asked me to take over a couple of their bots. And I need people who know how to use those or are willing to learn them. So if that's you, if you are him, send me a DM and let's talk. That's all I got.
Do you want to?
Xenite.
Well, while he's
And-
still here, can he touch on the hours and the API just to give him a little bit more information?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry about that. So the way, if you guys don't know, the way hours polling works is this: our Battlemetrics organization has what is called a token, and I use this token to poll our squad servers see your guys' playtime. The token is unique to the organization, so I can only pull our hours, not other people. What Reaper, Sharp, Giggity, and myself have been doing for the past couple of days is reaching out to some of our partner communities, getting their tokens. Some of them have been, yeah, no problem, here it is, and some of them have required a little bit of like goosing. So I have one so far, hoping to get two more. But what that'll look like is we could potentially have the ability to query other partner servers and incorporate that into ours as well. That is what I got when it comes to that. Hoping it'll work. I'm optimistic.
Thank you, Xena. I
Thank you.
appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it.
problem.
Xena, if you can, just share. If people want to ask you afterwards, they can link up with you and you can share the website, but maybe just put some screenshots in the chat for people to look at.
Sure.
If you can do that for us.
Yep, do it right now.
Speaking of the API conversation for a minute, this is something where I think I pinged all of officers to give me a list of any of the servers that we're regularly doing STTs on. So not like that once in a blue moon server, but if we're sending 2 or 3 groups more than twice a week to a server, and then we're trying to get those servers listed. And we're trying to see if they're willing to work with us and provide those API. And so far, it seems like a lot of the servers are very willing to accommodate our needs, especially since that we are, providing them quite the service. Also, Giggity, feel free to ping the entire Discord. This is at this point anyone can join. But something for you guys all to know, several of these servers have reached out to us about opportunities, and I'll be in a meeting tonight with one of these servers. But to give you a bit of perspective, there are a lot of servers out there in communities that cannot do what we can do. Okay, they do not have the facilities, they do not have the skill set, they do not have the knowledge, they do not have the members like you guys. Okay, we have built this system up over the course of time, and I'd say we're very successful at what we do. But not everyone finds this success, and not everyone realizes it takes a lot of time to get here. Okay, so several servers have approached us looking to partner with us and basically come to some kind of an arrangement where we take ownership over their server licenses. So there is a possibility, I'm giving you guys a heads up, that our server count can expand. So we could be going from our 4 squad servers to potentially more. It's something that we're kind of working on. It's something it's a bit in the mix, so we should have a kind of idea for where that moves in, I'd say, over the course of the next 2-3 weeks. But when we approached OWI for another server license, they shut us down. So if hey, we understand we can't get another one, but these other servers are willing to work with us and use their server licenses and then our support. So there is possibility for the expansion of 1st Marine Division to hit as many servers as we bloody well want. Okay, or as many, I shouldn't say that, as many as we can support. Okay, so the Crusades, STTs, expeditions will continue tenfold and potentially expand more so for the future. Okay. Let me see. Giggity, do we have the next item on the agenda?
Or when you send your, it's the last message I sent you.
Okay, fine. I'll go back to the agenda.
I
Admin
mean,
updates.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
should we do
okay.
the rest of the reports? Do I have
Rest of
anyone
the
here
reports.
to represent events team or scrim team? If they show up, let me know. If any of the team leads are here and wish to talk, you guys have got a few minutes. And welcome to all the new joiners. It looks like there's plenty of people joining in the meeting. All right, Lucas, onboarding. Yep, you got the floor. Someone give him permissions. Raise your hand
Yeah, you gotta raise your hand first.
so we can slap it down.
All right, he should be coming.
All right, Lucas, you're up.
I want to start by thanking our onboard team for the work they did this month. We had a total of 319 applications in February, which is less than in January, with a difference of 102. And the number of accepted applications was 201. We had fewer denied applications from 99 to 83, and fewer members who deserted from 31 to 14. We had 36 new corporals this month, and half of them were trained. So if you are a corporal and have not yet been trained, check your DM to see if someone from the onboard team has reached out to you to do the training. And if not, look for someone from the onboarding team. Either way, I will ask our team to contact you so we can complete the training. We also had a total of 97 tickets for the onboard team this month, which is low compared to the number of accepted ones, because many of our onboarding team members can add the person directly to the roster 2.0 without having to open a ticket.
Okay, thank you, Lucas. Again, onboarding, it's the future of our entire division, bringing in new members. And even if this month was a bit lower than January, those are still some pretty damn good numbers. No doubt about it. And hats off to everyone for stepping up. We've taken a new approach to onboarding over the last few weeks, and having more of the leadership team as a whole supporting onboarding and helping out has been great. Appreciate all the hard work on you guys for doing that, and keep it up. What was the total number again? 400 applications?
Was 319.
319. Okay. Well, 319 is a fair amount. Okay. If you guys saw how many tickets fly through this Discord, it would kind of shock you. Between onboard and admin and high command pings once in a while, it's pretty insane. Thank you, Lucas. Appreciate it. Keep it up for everyone on onboard, and hats off to you guys.
Thanks,
Do I
Sean.
have anyone from events or scrims? I know we have some events coming up, and I know we have some scrims coming up. So, is Fives here to talk on events? Can I give him a slap?
I don't
Nope.
think he is.
Anyone? All right, I don't have it in. I might actually be able to pull it up here real quick because I know he did mention it to me. But I had a conversation with Fives about 2-3 weeks ago, telling him that I wanted to see more events running for you guys. So he's got a couple of scenario events coming up over the course of the next month. They should be already scheduled on Discord. And then also like a Super Fob night, a zombie night, Starship Troopers, and Star Wars. So there'll be a few modded type events that he will be setting up, and we'll be linking in other communities, opening them up to the entire Discord for anyone that wants to join. I recommend if you guys are interested in those, definitely go check them out. You know, I'm mainly getting these going because for the scrims and such, not everyone can join. There's 160 plus people here on the Discord in this channel right now. And usually whenever we have a scrim, there's about 70 or 80 people signed up. So these are great opportunities for events where about 100 members can attend. So definitely check them out. Enjoy yourself. And if you have any ideas for kind of events that you want to see run, connect with Fives and he can sort it out. Okay?
I think there's a ticket that they can open up for events as well. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure there is.
Open a ticket or DM Fives. I don't mind either one, whatever you guys want to do. I'm fine with you guys DMing Fives. Feel free to give him a few DMs. All right.
You want me to go?
Scrim?
Or I was gonna say scrim. I don't know if anybody here has forced the scrim team yet. However, I will say this: I think they had a scrim today, right, against the JSOC crew, if I'm not mistaken, and they absolutely wiped the floor with them. I think they ended up doing. If y'all don't know how the scrims work, they do 1 hour games from basically one for each side, and they ended up. Hold on, if I can bring it up real quick. They won.
456 tickets.
Thank you. 461-0. So they basically okay. Both matches took. So they obviously didn't allow them to keep any tickets. So that's fucking awesome. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Awesome. And I know keep out for scrims if y'all are interested. I think a lot of people. I think they're a little like they're wanting to get the like. You know, they're a little selective on the scrim groups, but keep out for them if y'all are wanting to participate in them. You know, just keep out for them. They do list it. I think in the events.
March 14th, just that way you guys are aware, March 14th, there will be a scrim. It is a command scrim, so one team will be led by one member of command, and the other team will be led by me. So good luck. I hope you guys attend. There'll be 100 slots open for that event, pretty much. So swing on by and watch 2 command people slug it out. And we'll probably do a lot worse than the lieutenants who have been running scrims.
To be honest with you.
And just because we are command, we are making sure no one has an unfair advantage. There will be no prep time. There will be no strat time. There will be nothing. It will just be live, go, attack.
Chaos. And I think I do think the scrim team is dividing up the teams. So it's not going to be like all of the jokers on one side and all of like one on the other. I think they're going to randomize it if I'm so everybody gets to kind of play with their other people. I'm not 100% on that. I think more information will come up about that here in the near future.
Yep. Anyway, go check it out. I think Melon is commanding the other team.
If I can make it, I'll try. I'll if I can make it. I feel like me and you have a good non-commanding background compared to Melon.
All right. Anyway, moving off of events, do I have any other team leaders here?
Media. Media
Variety.
team.
I know. I want to hear from Variety as well. Oh, look, Kia might be here. If Kia's here. Justin, are you here to talk on behalf of a team, or are you just sitting on the stage?
Yeah, I thought I was requesting, but it just automatically joined. Yeah. If I could talk about retention real quick.
Yep, go for it.
Okay. Hello, I am Giuseppe. I am the CEO of Retention. Lucas here is the XO. If you don't know, Retention handles all the LOA requests, putting people in the reserves, things like that. Out processing as well. We handle the tickets that you guys do. I just wanted to say that we are currently not accepting new members as of yet. As for a while we had one or two people handling all of the work, so we had to not accept more people because there were no work to do. And right now we have a backlog of people that are interested. So if we are recruiting, we will send a ping out or something like that. Also, one thing I did want to mention is that we have had a large increase in people going reserve. If it is due to burnout, please try to just increase engagement with your guys. We also have different things like Reforger that you can, if your guys are getting burnt out of squad, try Reforger. There's no reason not to. Try it out, feed the servers, things like that. Other than that, that's all I got.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Variety up here.
Yeah.
Variety,
So,
you got the floor.
I'm Variety. I'm with the media team, and I also manage the merch page currently. I am here to announce that we are actually got it live, and it's able to be purchased from. Long story short is this has been a long road, and we finally have got together stickers, mouse pads, jackets, T-shirts, and badges, and a couple of decks of cards on our merch page to start, to say the least. I will post some photos here.
I'm gonna post the what's it called in the chat real quick so everybody can get a quick message.
Don't post the link.
No, don't post the link.
Oh, no?
If you post that link, we're gonna lose the attention of everyone here for the next goddamn 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end of the meeting.
Yeah.
I'll post the link to everything. Sorry, Mike.
We'll post the link at the end. So here is some up close photos that people can choose to look at. Oh, I had too many uploads. Hold on a second. Didn't realize there was
make sure you post it in this channel.
That's what I'm doing. I just didn't realize there was a limit. Thanks, Discord.
And just that way you guys are aware, I have been on Variety's case over the last 6 weeks and going after him to create all this stuff. But it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort on his end. And I can't just be like Steve Jobs, do it every day. So I got to go easier in the timeline. So we're going to release it in stages. This is some of the initial stuff that he's already gotten created. But there's potential for another 20 or 30 different items that we can start adding on there with more creativity. And for those of you, what's the website name again? I forget the
Printify.
Printify. With Printify, if any of you guys are familiar with it and have any skills with it, reach out to Variety, and he'll help out. And as you share your screen, Variety, thus giving away the goddamn website.
I didn't realize it was showing at the top. Whoops. Yeah.
Well, if they take the trouble to read, then I won't forgive them.
Stop streaming, Variety. Jesus.
No, it's fine. Whatever. It's already up there.
Oh well.
If y'all buy enough stuff, we'll get Sharp to pose for us and some of the gear. How about that?
I'll put the dog in it. That's as
There
far
you
as
go.
I'm going.
And yes, we're looking at trying to get everybody. I think Variety is getting the Highlanders stuff here in the near future. I think they're still trying to get to them. So
yeah, I just need to get their logo. I know they're still working. They're waiting on a person that they personally commissioned for theirs. There was some trouble with their artist, and so we're just waiting on that at this point. Until then, unfortunately, Highlanders is on hold. But as soon as I get that, I promise you guys, we will be putting you guys in there.
Just that way we're on the same page. All company logos need divisional approval. If you guys come out with some absolute shit, I'm not approving it to put on this website. All right.
There's a poo emoji coming in.
I'm just saying, come out with some good ass logos if you're going to want these on this website.
Most of their logos look pretty cool, so I'll give them that much.
I know, but then there's Misfits. Jesus H. Christ.
I like Misfits. Okay?
That's that was a legacy approval. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I think I will post that link plus some others in the public announcements, so y'all can do your worst when it comes to getting stuff. So Highlanders, get your shit to fucking Variety. Thanks.
Also, just to kind of tag on along with that and expand on the kind of the idea of where this will go. One of the guys earlier was bringing up the idea of whitelists and handing them out, and we'll talk more about whitelists in a minute. But something that we didn't actually mention in the officer chat, but I have discussed with Variety, is for the recruiter of the month, the trainer of the month, for the people that just go above and beyond outstanding, and we'll develop a bunch of criteria to measure it. This website and the merch is going to offer us a great opportunity to finally be able to reward directly those individuals by sending you a couple of stamps or something. We'll find something. So we'll find you some items from there, and then depending on who it is, take care of it, and we'll be able to start rewarding, recognizing, and sending Joker's merch to people that are part of, Iron Wolves. Anyway, so thank you, Variety, and the website is live. You can share it with them now, Variety. And then from there, the new additional content and everything else will be released monthly. Okay, usually around the time of the division meetings. So feel free, go check it out, see what you like, and if you guys have ideas or critiques or things that you think that could be done better, Variety is the point person. So feel free to contact him. Okay. Thank you, Variety.
Well, is Kia here? If Kia is not here, then Variety can speak up.
Variety is the point person coming for the merchandise. Kia's head for.
That's what I'm saying. If Kia is not here, then he can just continue to go on about.
Kia, you're up.
Hello.
There he is.
We do have a lot of different projects going on. One side is getting Arma, kind of getting prepared to create a Arma focused team. So one of the things that I wanted to bring up during this meeting was basically if you are wanting to help out on the Arma side and potentially be a media lead on that side, please make a media ticket. And that's kind of the big thing I had for this meeting. Yeah.
Maybe in the chat, Kia, when you get a chance, just share all the media links for everyone. Just that way they can go check them out if they haven't seen them. All right. So big shout out to the media team. I know you guys are crushing it with videos, Variety with everything on your end. The Twitch, there's a ton of projects going on. How many people in the media team right now, Kia? I think it's like 20 or 30?
Currently we are, I believe it's around 30.
30. Okay. Well, keep it up because I know there's a lot of you guys running around with footage and everything else, and it's not quick work for the most part.
Sorry, 43.
43. Okay. So thank you, Kia, and thanks everyone on the media team. Thanks, Variety. Appreciate it.
You mind if I add one last thing?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, go ahead.
We have been doing active recruiting. Kia's been making plenty of posts about offering up your help if you think you're capable. Genuinely, if you guys think you can do any type of graphic design, editing, or even just writing, if you think you're a very good journalist, for instance, reach out to the media team through a ticket and let us know, and we might have a place for you in our team where we have plenty of projects and plenty of areas to help out on. So thank you.
Thank you. Variety, stay on the stage. I'm using you as a test pilot. Share your screen and go to the channel looking for work, please. It's 2 channels above. You should be able to share your screen. There we go. All right. So I'm gonna go off.
Yeah,
Yep. Is it on me or is it on him?
It's on anybody that's watching the screen.
Let me see if I can actually change this real quick. Hold on.
share audio. That's what you want to click. Yep, there you go.
There we go. Much better. All right. So what Variety is sharing here, and if you go up to the top, it kind of goes into a bit of in depth about the channel. This is a new channel we started on Discord after a few people have approached me, and it's come up a couple of times. All right. So for all of you guys, I do want to put this channel front and center stage for you all. If you haven't checked it out, please do. I don't know what everyone's background is here. Usually I go to the recruit meeting, new member meetings, usually once every month or so. I know Melon does them, I think, every week. And on top of that, I have my officer interviews and occasionally a NCO conversation here and there. So I have a fair idea of a lot of people, but I don't know what everyone does here. It's just, unfortunately, we're too big. Once we went over 600 members, it was hard for me to keep track. But this channel there, I think, is a really important one for you guys to check out. And I say this because, yes, we're all here to play video games and we're all here to relax and take off a little bit of stress and have a good time. But there's another side of this, which is what we do beyond this. And for the most part, that's our real life. And some of us are in school, some of us are in the military, some of us are career workers, some of us are looking for work. We're all different stages of life, okay? And all different ages across the board. But for the most part, this is a channel where you'd be surprised of the impact you may be able to have on another person here. Okay? I know that we've probably got at least 50 members here who are currently looking for work. Okay? Or looking for a better opportunity. Now, can everyone immediately hey, here you go, here's a job? No. But maybe you guys can share some resources. Maybe you guys can give some advice. Maybe you guys hear about some chances. For those of you in the United States, you will have picked up that the government is going through an incredible overhaul, cutting jobs. Right? The size of the government is getting reduced. We've got a lot of guys who work government. Guarantee you, at least 4 or 5 of our members have lost their jobs in the government. Okay? There are going to be a fair few people who are going to be looking for work. And if we find opportunities that we can share, or if we're looking for opportunities, go into that channel, open a thread. All right? Open a thread in that channel and just, hey, I'm in this area, I'm looking for this kind of job, and people will check it out, and if they can help you, they're going to help you. All right? There's plenty of other opportunities that people are posting in there, plenty of things. I bring all this up because I'm going to single someone out, okay? I'm going to single someone out because it got brought to command attention earlier this week by Erwin. He let me know that we have a member going through a tough time, and really tough time financially. And he just lost his job, and he hasn't found a new job. And this is Sergeant Zariah, all right, Zryah. He's in this channel right now, and I checked in with him before I put his entire life on blast publicly in front of all you. But I'm doing it for these 2 reasons. One, a few of us are contributing and just getting him some money so that way he can, afford food and take care of his rent over the next, few weeks. And 2, maybe some of us out here can help this guy find a job. All right? So, Zariah, what I would ask of you is in that channel, I know you've posted, but open a thread. Open a thread in that channel, and then if anyone here has a chance or an opportunity or a line on something based on what he posts, please respond to it. All right? Please give him some assistance if you can with recommendations or anything else. Okay? And again, from that, if you guys are interested, I do believe we have Zariah's PayPal information. Okay? You can either DM him directly for that if you wish to contribute, or, Erwin, myself, we have it. Command has it. Okay? So we can share it with you if you wish. There's no pressure, right? But sometimes when times are tough and, it's hard for people to ask for help. Zariah did not come asking for help. We heard about his situation and we offered to help. Okay? So if you guys are willing, please, I know that we've already done a lot. I know we had another member recently that I posted I think it was last week about, whose father just passed. And I know a lot of people contributed to help there. Okay? So, and I've got some sad news for you guys as well. These kind of conversations aren't going to go away. Okay? These are the kind of conversations I can assure you I feel like will repeat themselves over the next year and over the next 2-3 years. You guys will see the price of groceries going up. You guys will see this. So if you guys are seeing that, you'll understand we're going to have more of our friends in this community that are going through some tough times. And whilst there's certain times when we can help with an initial bit of financial assistance in some small way, the best thing that I think any of us can do is find someone a job. Okay? So if any of you guys can, that is a bigger win than anything else. All right? So Zariah, we will look into seeing what we can find for you, and I will read that thread personally myself when you post it. Okay? So I don't want to harp on it anymore, all right? But yeah, well, now I find out why you're not getting work, Zariah. You got to post. All right? So post that thread.
Who? No.
And we'll get it taken care of. All right. Anyway, that's the whole spiel on that one. Thanks, Variety. You no longer need to share. All right. Giggity, would you like to talk admins?
Yeah, just to give you all a heads up on admin, we did obviously have an admin application just recently ended back in mid-February. We currently have, let's see, 86 admin.
Giggity, one second.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Can I get an officer who's currently in game to jump up on the stage? If there's an officer currently in squad or a senior NCO, I don't really mind. If someone's on squad right now, get on stage, please. If I'm to believe that all of you guys are here just paying attention, I'm impressed. But I have a feeling that someone in here is in squad. I just thought that we could make this a little bit more useful. Anyone, officer, NCO, or member that's in squad, request to go on stage, please. I will take anyone at the stage. Thank you, Corporal Bond. Okay? Bond, what server are you on?
Miss it.
There's a purpose for this.
MPF1.
MPF1. I assume all first RB servers are full?
Yes.
Okay. Bond, would you mind sharing your screen for a second? And then just go in the server browser. And if you guys are up for it, we can probably help seed another server whilst we're having this meeting.
We were trying to save Arma, by the way.
Oh, if Arma needs seeding, then let's seed the fuck out of Arma. Okay, but for those who don't have Arma, let's have, and also I'll address that in a second. But for those who don't have Arma, let's jump on squad or something and seed a friendly server. ASG, CD, anything, just jump on. Someone pick a server in chat, and everyone pile in there whilst we're currently talking. All right, for the Arma stuff, if you guys can jump on that. Thank you, Bond. No need to share anymore. You can get your ass off the stage now. Thank you. Okay, so Giggity, back to you for the admin.
Yeah, so I was saying before I was seated to death. 86 new admin. Or not 86 new admin, 86 admin. Now, we're probably going to have admin applications every probably 6 weeks, to be quite honest, to give our admin guys a break as far as like HR admin, tech admin, and whatnot, trying to get training and all that stuff done. So good turnout on as far as the applications. I think we had 75, 80 applications in last time. I can't tell you right now when those applications will be sent out, or as far as opened up again, excuse me. But it'll probably be more mid-month this time, maybe in the mid to late month. But yeah, just keep an eye out for applications. We're always looking for good people. And a lot of it, how many people we get is based on how many people we have. Right now we're at 86, and the minimum you need to have is only 10 per server. So we have 4 servers, you only need 40. Right now we have double that. So, we're just remember, admin's not it's not a gift. You do have to work on admin teams, so don't be careful about that. As far as server wise goes, we are currently, our NPF is ranked number 3 in the world. Our NPF 2 is ranked number 18th in the world. Our global escalation is ranked number 6th in the world, and our super mod is ranked number 19 in the world. All of our servers on squad are in the top 20 in the world. So that's pretty impressive. So I see people jumping in Arma, obviously really good. Dane has been a big help on that as far as getting especially the modded server side. Doing a hell of a job for that. And speaking of Arma, make sure y'all join the Arma Discord. I think it's discord.gg/first. Is it First Marine Division? I can't remember off the top of my head. If someone can put that in the chat, thank you. That way y'all can join that and make sure y'all, if y'all are interested in continuing with Arma or playing it every once in a while, make sure you join that server. As far as admin stuff, that's pretty much all I have in regards to admin.
Thank you. All right. Again, I wish you guys could see. Well, actually, I'm grateful not all of you can see, but the amount of tickets that comes in daily for the admin team is insane. We also, just that way you guys are aware, you remember the name of the guy that opened the ticket for G Giggity? You remember who that was? It was Lance Corporal, I think.
You know how many tickets I fucking deal with a day? That's
I think it's Explosive Potato or something. Yeah, I'm fairly certain it was Explosive some shit. All right. One of our Lance Corporals opened up a ticket specifically with Command, I believe. Just so you guys know, those tickets do exist. And he brought up a big concern. Okay. And that concern was basically how our GE server doesn't have admins on it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You recall the ticket? And this caught my eye briefly, and I jumped on, and we've had GE,
Email.
how long? A year?
Yeah, about a little less than a year, I think.
A little less than a year. So I logged onto our GE server for the first time, myself, even though I've been fucking running this entire operation. So I jumped on GE, and it was, I'm reading the chat right now, it is a toxic place.
Yeah,
it is a interesting
Yeah.
player pool. And over the course of the next 2 games, the GE players grew to hate the name of Sharp. Because I would kick, ban, and remove anyone who was doing anything remotely fucking crazy. And for any of you guys who were there, you would have witnessed this. And the problem is that not enough of our admins are there to have a presence that way. That toxic GE server doesn't really realize who they're dealing with. So I gave them a pretty rude awakening a week or so ago. And from there, I did see more of our admins logging on and more of our players logging on. In addition to that, of the admins that Giggity just added, several of those were specifically selected, and several of them volunteered, wanting to be admins because of GE, right? Because of how toxic it is. So I just did want to address this. I know everyone here plays MPF, but we do have a responsibility to our additional servers, which is GE and what's the other one? Supermod. I haven't been on that one yet. Okay, so Supermod will get my attention eventually. GE got the attention, and I think it's in a better place now. And we just need to make sure that we are, giving it a bit of attention now and again. Okay.
Just want to add to that, just for kind of, well, I'll add to it in the future updates when we start talking about that. Sorry about that. I'll just remind me about Vietnam. I'll tell you just a little bit if you don't know about it.
Okay, so since we brought up admin, and guys, there's a lot that's happening. Sorry that this is going to be a long meeting. So with our admin team expanding to 86 players, that is a solid number of admins. It is a healthy number. We will lose a few, but we have gained enough that, that once they're all trained up, our servers will be running pretty damn smooth. However, since we're talking about admins, I also got to bring this up. I mentioned it earlier. There are servers looking to do partnerships with us. We have the option of going for a server license for the 1st Marine Division. As in, we have the 1st Recon Battalion servers, and then we would have the 1st Marine Division servers. Okay? In addition to that, we have the option of partnering with a dozen other communities because they all want to fucking partner with us. And we could potentially get our 5th, 6th, or however many servers through another group. If we come to reasonable terms. I'm telling you all this now openly because of 2 reasons. One, I always have my eye on expansion. Okay? We are where we are because I never settle at any stage. When we had a company at this, when we were small, I wanted to be bigger. When we were bigger, I wanted to be it doesn't fucking stop. So once we got 4 servers running, I didn't want to stop at 4. The only reason we've stopped is our admin numbers were pretty low, and on top of that, the fucking OWI license holders forced us into a situation where we could not expand. I'm telling you right now that there is a good chance that we are able to now expand. So, what I would love to see is in the chat, world domination. Giggity, would you mind just posting a message in chat called expand, and then if everyone could just check or exit. I need to know that before I put us on this road for expansion to world domination, I need you guys to react to Giggity's post. Okay? I don't think the X is going to be needed, to be honest. So, if you guys can, give me a good idea, because I would like to continue to build this up. I would like to continue to expand. Their OWI, their reasoning that they do not want to give us more servers is they're worried about communities establishing a monopoly on the market of squad.
Well,
And I can tell you this, I want to carve. Well, in a minute, Giggity, once I'm done talking.
Yeah.
Okay? I want to establish that monopoly. I want to expand our presence. I want to build us up. Why? Because we got a damn good fucking thing here. We are successful at every single aspect that we do. Why should we be restricted when we could just bring this package to more people? All right, we've got a sure fucking thing here. Why not allow us to give this to more people? And for the ones that don't fit this opportunity, they can find another community. But I still feel like our expansion opportunity is there, and I still feel like we will continue to grow. All right? I wasn't at the meeting with OWI. They wouldn't let me in. Giggity was. So, Giggity, I feel like you want to say something?
So, OWI came to us for me, Ice, Carnage. We're the 3 right now that represent our admin team and, of course, the servers. Right now, OWI limits any community up to 4 licensed public servers. They don't care about custom, because our custom servers are actually higher than some others. Fortunately, I should say, our training server is higher than some public-facing servers, if that comes to mind. However, they asked us to come up with some ideas for how monetization can come, because well, I guess they're hurting for money. I'm not 100% sure. Either way, because they're saying that the only way they really make money is people buying the game, and then, of course, people paying for cosmetic stuff. That's literally the only 2 ways they make money right now. So they were coming to us as far as the communities that obviously are hosting servers to come up with ideas, and they came up with a bunch of ideas. And one of the ideas that got brought up just briefly was something about, hey, can we have more server licenses? And people were just, people don't like it. And that's where the monopoly came into play. A lot of smaller communities that are having trouble running 1 or 2. I'm not going to name any names because that's not fair.
They will remain unnamed. Okay,
correct.
We will not name them.
And it doesn't take a lot to figure out who some of these individuals are. But they're struggling and they're saying, oh, the reasons why there's 4 is because of the monopoly, blah, blah, blah. There's counter arguments, et cetera, whatever. And the thing is that we're, my argument was, we help other people out as far as like, seeding their server, but it's not our responsibility to bring them back from the dead. I just had a conversation with our officer, some of our officer corps about this, but I want y'all to understand that there are ways technically to get around this server licensing thing, and we are looking into that. Especially where we're utilizing First RB as our main server. That's how everybody knows us, but we're now a division. We're not just First RB anymore. So we're looking at possibly opening up maybe 1, maybe more, depending on how it goes, server licenses under First Marine Division rather than just First RB. However, I want to make, because there's a balance here, because I don't want to expand and then leave our other servers to kind of fizzle out because we're over expanding, because we have the Arma part. Because right now, obviously, Arma needs to get supported, and that's where I want to kind of refocus on a little bit but at the same time continue with squad. So there is a balance there. We're gonna have to continue to discuss and try to figure out, because I know some of the guys that are putting a lot of time in trying to get out Arma or Forger off the ground. There's a whole nother conversation, and we most likely will have a meeting about that separately.
I'm about to get into that in a second.
So, but yeah, there you go. Good transition.
All right. Thank you, Giggity. And as you guys can see from how this works, I am the voice of expansion and conquer, and Giggity is the voice of reason that reels me in from time to time. Anyway, moving. Let's talk Arma. Okay, we have got it started. The first thing I'm going to address is this. There are a fair few people that do not have the game and are still interested in playing. So if you guys could just cut from typing in chat for a second. Giggity, can you put out a message?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Ice, just saying if you need the game. If you need the game of Arma. Okay? I need an accurate count because the numbers has changed correctly. Okay? If you could react to that with a check. I don't need to see if you don't need it. I just need to see if you need it. Okay? So for anyone who needs the game, please react. Because the last time, 140 people roughly responded to that. And I'm sure the number will be fairly big. All right, Armor costs about $40. I think right now, I'm not sure if it's gone on sale yet. For Reforger, specifically. $40 times 10, that's 400. That's 1,600 plus, let's call it, for about $2,000. Probably about $2,000 at least, just with these numbers. I'm just asking the people here. Once I ask the entire division, it's probably going to be a bit more. Okay? So, feel free to continue to react. All right? So, one thing, the intention is, from the division standpoint, for those interested in Reforger, we've already had, I think, 10 copies bought.
Mm-hmm.
About 10 people have, is it lower in price by any chance?
It's $40 a pop right now.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
$1,800.
That's fine. Either way, the goal would be to get. There you go. So, Scrufflord, aka Waller, he bought 10 copies of Reforger for people already. So he's gone above and beyond in supporting this project. But I can't let Scrufflord do all the work. So, 13th of March, spring sale. That is when the division will be buying a boatload of copies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We will get 45 copies. Okay? We'll drop $2,000 if needed, or whatever we need to drop. However, it's going to be a big cost, and I can tell you a few things. One, we got tax season around the fucking corner. We're going to get hit on that because everything was done via La Douche in Amsterdam, so only for the past 7 or 8 months did we reroute everything to the United States, and ain't a fucking dollar being paid in taxes. So we're going to get hit on taxes heavy. On top of that, as you've heard, we've gone through the server expansion, getting new server boxes, getting all the bots. I've been sitting there with Assassin buying bots for days. I didn't ask him how much, but Z Knight and his website project. Right? I know Erwin might have the figure handy, but we've put, I think, anywhere from about 1,500 to 2,500 into that project. Okay? Buying user access and all the other bells and whistles that they need to create that. So we've put up a fair amount of money to get a lot of these things rolling out. We do want to make sure everyone who wants to join has the opportunity. If anyone has a spare CD key for Arma Reforger and wants to give it away, use the chat, communicate, no worries. March 13th will be the big buy load from the division level. I don't want to go through G2A or anyone else. I'm going to be doing it through Wesley Snipes should pay his taxes through Steam. All right, and so yeah, we will try to get copies there. Now, all in all, right now, Arma is living off of Squad. We need Arma to become self-sufficient. Okay, that's going to be one of the big goals. Okay, so this is the financial point of the conversation. So here's my rundown, and Giggity will help me fill in the gaps that I miss. So the first thing is we need to establish a war chest. Okay, a war chest is basically our fund to support for the games. Our fund is to support for the servers. Right now, we've spent about $750 on the servers for Reforger, and if that expands, those prices will go up considerably. Unfortunately, on a server box for Reforger, we had to get the best one. We had to get the one with the DDoS protection, and then also a server box on Armor can only do 2 servers.
Correct.
So we are not able to do the 4 servers off a server box like we have with Squad. So it adds up quick financially. So the war chest. We are going to be doing a donation drive that will get posted by the end of this weekend. Okay? And I've spoken to a few people. I've spoken to the Armor team about this. They're aware of it. I'm pretty sure leadership has heard about it, but I want to make sure I'm upfront with all of you guys on the war chest. For the Armor, and again, this is for the Armor Reforger war chest. That's how it's going to run. The funds for this will go into 3 parts. Okay? The first part, let's split it up into thirds. Okay? If there's $3,000, right? I'm going to use $3,000. Let's say our war chest is $3,000. 1/3 of that will be put aside for server costs. Okay? 1/3 of it will get put aside to cover anything in regards to if the first part goes away. So the second part is a savings. That sits there, and then if our expansion goes up, that's the pot you use for that. Okay? The third part will go towards games. Okay? So 1,000 towards server costs and administration, 1,000 to sit there and be used as needed. Hopefully, it just fucking sits there for a while and not gets used right away. The third part will be used to buy copies of Armor Reforger. Now, I used $3,000, and that's a fucking hopeful number. Okay? We might only hit $500. But whatever a third of it is, so let's say a third of it is $1,000 for the games, the division will match that 1,000. Okay? So we're going to take 1,000 from divisional funds to match the Armor Reforger war chest. Okay? Give me 1 second, sorry. Giggity, you got the floor for a minute.
I don't have any spinning discs. Sorry, guys. But no, yeah, like he was saying, we're definitely trying to. So again, y'all can hear us talk about supporting Reforger. So for those that are already, going off of that, remember we are there. We're trying to, but obviously we need to make it more self-sufficient. We will start giving for those that are wondering how do you donate to this war chest. We're gonna get with Z-Night and maybe even the Patreon to try to put up a since it's a little different, since it's not for Patreon or whatnot. It will be
done by the PayPal.
I was gonna say it'll be a PayPal. It'll be a link somewhere on the website. We will have to get with Z-Night specifically, and Sharp's already got it set up.
I'm ready to take over again.
Yeah.
All right. So Giggity was jumping into how it's going to be done. Most likely, we're going to have to do majority of the Armor funds through PayPal. Okay.
For now.
For right now. I'm going to join LBB by looks of things. They need help. Last Breath Battalion. If you guys want to seed, go seed that server. Good call, and whoever called that out. Back to what I was saying. Reforger will go through the PayPal, and we're going to have to kind of figure this out in a few different ways, and that's why it hasn't been released just yet, because we're still trying to figure it out. For Reforger, there's no opportunity to do whitelist. Okay, in case you guys aren't aware, this is a big fucking thing because it's a lot more expensive than Squad, and yet there's not the same opportunity to cover your costs by using an interactive exchange like a whitelist program. The only way the Reforger project works is through donations, okay? Hence the fucking war chest, okay? That is the goal of that is that if donations run dry for a month, or if they're not, coming in heavy, then the war chest should be able to cover us for at least 2-3 months worth of costs. Okay? Once the once the Patreon is kind of figured out and flushed out for that, because we've never done donations before, once we have that kind of squared away, it will get posted on this Discord and the other Discord for anyone interested in supporting. Okay? And over the course of a week, I will post an update so that way everyone can see basically how big the war chest gets for Reforger. Okay? If the war chest is not enough, if it does not reach a certain amount to cover costs for Reforger, Reforger will get paid for 6 months from the 1st Marine Division. 6 months worth of payments will go forward. But if we can't figure it out in 6 months, that's it. I don't want to pour money into a project if it's not going to be able to cover its own costs. Okay? Better to put the money towards expanding squad. Okay? I'm going to briefly mention this for those of you talking about Squad 44. Okay? Squad 44 does have a server up for us right now. It is mainly going to be used for events. I say this because in all of our projects, that has the smallest community. It's harder to support. Okay? And on top of that, everything that we do requires command involvement. Okay? There's nothing we can do otherwise. Like, you're just not going to be able to move this fucking monstrosity of an organization into new projects without command involvement. And I can tell you from the command side of things, with what we're dealing with Squad, what we're dealing with expansion in Squad, and what we're dealing with in regards to Armor Reforger, and my new fucking job, command is not available for more projects. So Squad 44, as far as I'm concerned, did not have a great launch with the new update. The population is not there. Therefore, it is not a priority for 1st Marine Division. It is a casual, let's go on Iwo Jima and start shooting some fucking World War II guns. Okay? That is it for right now. All right? Our focus is Squad and Armor Reforger. All right? Those are the main focus points. Now, moving back to Reforger. The fundraiser I've covered. The donations I've covered. The support needs to be there in building it up. I didn't see the overall count for how many were interested. Did anyone get the number? Was it 45 or 50?
Say again.
People that needed the game.
I was at 46 the last time I saw it.
Okay. Let's just say that's the people who need the game. I'm sure there's more of you here who have the game. I'm going to assume a fair few of you are interested in supporting the Armor Reforger project. Even if you don't have the game, there are ways that you can still support. Okay? There are several people running squads right now who would be open to getting some support from you guys. 48, okay. So if you guys are interested, jump on that Discord, reach out and let them know, hey, I don't have the game. I'm going to be getting it on the Division giveaway in March 13th. Is there anything I could do in the meantime? Okay? Because I guarantee you there's plenty of stuff that they need help with. Okay? The invite didn't work. All right?
Yeah.
So if you guys can, try to help them out. See if there's any opportunities for us to kind of get involved on there. All right? Right now, there are no officers. It's just NCOs running it. We're still establishing a company. So there's plenty of... If you gather 9-10 people who are all waiting for the game, and you want to establish yourself as a squad, you can already start establishing yourself on paper, and we'll start building it up once you guys get the game. All right? The company needs to be flushed out, hopefully by the end of March. All right? I'm going to move away from Reforger unless there's anything else major that needs to be said. Am I missing any Reforging?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Reforger's pretty much done. On my agenda then for the night, checking the list. Variety's already done his thing.
Whitelist.
Yeah, I'm about to get into that. Okay, let's jump into whitelist.
You need numbers?
Yeah, sure. If you wanna share them, feel free to give them out.
I'll start with the numbers and then go into let you go from there. Right now, our whitelist, we've been kind of growing in whitelists. It's kind of impressive. For the past 6 months, we've grown from in September 2024 from 540. Well, I can't do math total, but it was like maybe 800 plus people. But 544 paid whitelist to today is 1,729 full whitelist, and then 1,174 paid whitelist. kind of a big growth. Obviously, server's doing real well. And yeah, so shit, I don't know what else to say. It's fucking crazy. About a growth of about a 100 to 150 per month since September. So awesome job. Sharp, if you want to continue from
Yep.
there.
Okay, so as Giggity mentioned, our whitelist has gone on tremendously. However, there's a few things that are changing. Okay, one part is our costs. Patreon, we've had to change our subscription. We're still waiting for approval, but our Patreon fee is going from 8% to 12%. Okay, that's going to be more, about an extra 300. I don't know. It's more money to fucking
Per
Patreon.
month. Yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking money grabbing whores.
Well, not only that, they're grabbing. It's not only Patreon grabbing money. How they
Processing
give
fees
us
and
the
everything.
money. Yeah, the fees that they charge to basically submit the money to the account also takes money
Yeah.
away. So
Anyway, long story short, we're about to start getting hit with a lot of costs, a lot of fees. All right, about a year or so ago, and I've told you all about the expansion projects. None of these are going to be cheap. All right, I can tell you this right now is that in total, First RB has made $50,000. Okay, about a little bit shy of that, about $48,000. Okay, since we started, we've made $48,000. Majority of that was under LaDouche when he had it when he got all the Patreon stuff set up and he was controlling Amsterdam. But since then, we've reorganized. As soon as it got transferred to the United States, I think anyone involved in whitelisting or command knows that there's been a lot more of a drilling down on where every single dollar goes. Okay? We want to make sure that everything gets documented. I want to make sure I don't get fucked on taxes. There's a bunch of stuff going on. And the expectation is that that will only continue to grow. Now, also, just so that way you guys know, we don't have $50,000 sitting around, okay? We've had a lot of goddamn costs over the time. We've also had a lot of opportunities for fundraisers. We've upgraded several rigs for several members. We've probably donated about 15 to 20,000 back into the community, not including the costs, okay? So a fair amount of it is already gone, right? And we're trying to make sure that we're very strict on how we use it and to ensure that it's going to sit there. But the good news is technically there is money put away, so that way if we ever come into a situation that we are covered for a few months at least, probably about 6 months. Okay? All of our costs will be covered if we ever go into that kind of a blackout of a situation. However, that being said, we are financially at a stage where we need to make some changes. Okay? And this is us in command. We've had a discussion in command level. We've had a discussion in leadership level. Okay? And this discussion is basically that the cost of whitelist will go up. Okay? And this is for two reasons. One, costs going up. Okay? But two, and this is the important one, if you guys have a whitelist, you guys will understand this. Even if you have a whitelist, you're sometimes inside a fucking queue. Now, let me finish before you guys start freaking out in the chat. Okay? Whilst the prices will go up, we will legacy package the same way we did the first time, all whitelists. So anyone who has a whitelist will get legacy packaged, meaning that rate, that cost will be respected and that will not change as long as you have it until the end of days, okay? Or until fucking
and you don't
get hit by a
cancel your
fucking bus.
don't cancel your subscription is basically what we're trying to say if you want to keep that legacy cost.
Okay. Well, so the Giggity has the final numbers. We were going back and forth on where to go with it.
Mhm.
The main one to point out here is that the cost of the standard one, the individual one, will go from $5 to $7.50. Is it $7.50?
$7.
All right. $7. My bad. I was trying to get that 50 cents. So it's gonna go to $7.
Go look up. It's in the chat. I linked it.
I'm not gonna look at it right now. I prefer to just make numbers up. Anyway, it's
Okay.
gonna go to $7, and then the buddy pass and everything else will go up. Basically, they're going up about 30%, roughly, give or take.
Ish. Yeah.
My math is a bit off. Some of them will actually get kind of cheaper, more affordable in a sense. I think the big packages will.
Yeah, the
Um,
large clan package is one that's really dropping in price.
Yeah.
For
So about little over a year ago, about 14 months ago, LaDouche came to me about the idea of changing the whitelists. And the agreement that we made was the legacy package deal, okay? Which is, yes, if we increase the price on whitelist, it's going to end up being more expensive. In which case, we don't want it to be more expensive for our members. I'm also getting notifications on my fucking watch of people subscribing to Patreon right now. That wasn't the intent, okay? LaDouche's idea about expanding it wasn't the intention was to just make it harder on our members. That's why the legacy package came out in the first place, and that's why it's going to come out again. And it's not like, hey, after a year they go away. If it's a legacy package, we recognize you as a legacy member. You've been here, you've put in your fucking time, you've put in your work. You have that rate. But then, for fucking the next 1,000 people that come through our doors, for the next 5,000 people that join our community overall and fly through our servers, if they want to get on the whitelist, they're going to end up having to pay the higher rate. Okay? Because as you guys know, and as the numbers that Giggity has presented, we got a lot of people with whitelists. Okay? And unless we make it a little bit harder, people are just going to continue to buy it. And then suddenly you're going to have queues of people with whitelists. That's what we don't want. Now, if we do these server expansions, your whitelists will apply to all those servers.
Correct.
So instead of having access to 4 servers, you'll have access to probably 6 or 8. Okay?
This goes for Arma as well. If they end up doing whitelist for Arma, your whitelist will also go over to there. We're not going to separate that.
Yeah. And anyone who ends up donating on the Arma side will look into getting you guys whitelists on the squad side if you guys didn't have them. Okay? So there's a few things that we can do in that regard. Okay? The legacy package will not be out today. Okay? We're not running it out right now. This is something that Command has discussed. It's something that leadership has been briefed on, and we had a conversation earlier. But we didn't want to spring this on everyone and be like, hey, tomorrow we're going to fucking switch the prices. This will probably be coming out. We're March 1st, probably by the end of April. Mid-April, end of April. We're going to give it at least 30 days, probably closer to 45 to 60. Okay? And there will be a fucking 2-week warning before we end up making it the change.
Right.
Okay? Just that way, if there was ever a concern or anything else, hey, you got plenty of time. Okay? I hope you guys understand the reasoning there. Okay? But we wanted to make sure that we were upfront about it. And also, another thing, any money that a lot of the money that goes into that ends up getting reinvested in the community. Whether if it's in situations where a guy loses a job, maybe some guy's computer broke, maybe someone passed away, maybe his house burnt down. There have been a fair few different situations that we've dealt with that we've contributed to. In addition to that, when we have a big group of people that need a game, we bought a bunch of games for Squad 44 for people. I think we bought like 40 or 50 copies back in December. So we have reinvested a lot of this back into the community, and that's what we kind of try to use it for. In addition to that, around Christmas time, we probably gave out about 20 copies of different games to leadership members. All right? Across the board, we try to get a few things for everyone on their wish list. Something I recommend to you when you guys end up becoming a squad leader or anything else in leadership, have your wish lists updated, because fucking Father Christmas over here, when I'm sitting at home by myself on Christmas, I try not to be a Grinch. I try to go through some of your fucking wish lists and get you guys a few games. I can't get everyone because there's fucking too many of you, but I try to pick a fair few. All right. Overall, I think that covers everything on that end, Giggity. Not missing anything. If there's anything, we'll make a fucking post about it. If you guys have questions, concerns, ideas, DMs are open. My office is not, but my DMs are. I'll try to find time. Checking the list just to see if there's any other major items to discuss.
Oh, I want to say something real quick on the Patreon stuff real quick. Those that are paying for Patreon currently, make sure y'all link your Discord or your Patreon account to your Discord, and make sure it's the accurate one, because if not, your roles won't be. It's automated right now for Patreon, so make sure that they are. If you don't have your roles and you're like, hey, I'm paying for a whitelist, that's probably one of the reasons why you don't have the role. So you need to make sure that it's updated on Patreon to link it to your Discord account, and it will automate it on our Discord for you. Okay.
Thank you. In case you guys haven't picked up, our Patreon system has changed. Giggity and me, as we've been doing a shitload of work recently, sat down and found out that our entire Patreon system, cybersecurity-wise, was broken. And we have made adjustments, and that has forced the entire way we do Patreon to change. With the legacy packages coming out, you should also all be warned there will be rebranding of the packages that come out from there. Okay? So it won't be the standard ones that you've seen before. We're giving them a little bit of a makeover as soon as someone gives me some damn good ideas. So if any of you guys have a good idea for how to do the Patreon tiers, and you have some good ones, you're welcome to DM me, because what I've seen so far is pretty pitiful. Okay? All right, that covers, I think, everything on the list. So at this point, it's gone longer than intended. I'm opening the floor. If anyone wants to talk, raise your hand, put a comment in the chat, and we will give you the floor. We're going to do this for about 5-10 minutes, and then call it.
All right, Z Knight.
Wasn't he already up here? Why did we
It
let him back
was, I guess.
in? Yeah, go
Yeah,
on.
my bad. I meant to do this, but I forgot earlier. I wanted to shout out a couple people that have been instrumental with the project I've been working on. Their names are Albanian Thunder and Captain Dread. Captain Dread, who in particular, he joined the team maybe 2 months ago, hit the ground running, helped out just a ton in a short amount of time. Albanian is no longer here. He joined the Air Force, I think, so he's going to be gone for the next several months. And then Thunder, he had his family had a unfortunate event, so he had to step away from here to become a caregiver full time at a young age. So I just want to make sure that his name was known to everybody that he was instrumental in this project. That's all I got. Or no, I have
Yep.
one more thing. I'm sorry. I'm speaking on behalf of the medic trainers for the training team. If you guys want to become medic trainers and get certified, put in an application to join the training team. Or if you're already there, say something in the mess hall. I want more medic trainers.
All right, bye.
Thank you, Zena. quick-
Oh, sorry.
Quick thing I just wanted to add on something he just said, which is thanks for everyone who's helping out with the whitelists, the seating lately, okay? There have been a lot of people who have been stepping up big time that. I even see you guys seating Last Breath. I just joined in with you guys on that. Who had next?
He's here, Zora.
Yep, Zariah, you're up.
Hey, thank you. Just one thing I wanted to shout out as being part of the onboarding team. You know, I see how many tickets coming through like for new members, and y'all have been killing it. Obviously, one thing I would like to just kind of like run by you guys is onboarding is probably one of the most important things that we have as a community as far as converting people from prospects to active members. I say active very importantly. You know, definitely try to, make those onboardings as engaging as possible, rather than just talking to someone for 15, 20 minutes, ask how their day was. I always start off with asking a little bit on how they're doing, what do they do, shit like that. Try to be human with it. Equate it to you go out to a restaurant for the first time and the host, the first person you see, the first face of the company.
Thank
ask how your
you,
day is,
Zariah.
smile. Yeah, keep doing it.
Yep.
It's important and you know it is. I'm just saying. Okay.
Yep, I know. I just don't want to hear that much about it here at this meeting. Appreciate it. Anyone else?
Yep, insert.
Just a question about the merch. Is there any chance we can get Velcro patches instead of just iron-ons?
Ask Variety.
DM
Yep.
Variety. Anything
Confirm.
merch related, blow up his DMs. Something actually I'll share with you guys real quick. I'm recently in a new opportunity. If anyone has experience with website development in any way, there's potential for anywhere from $500 to $1,500, depending on how good your skills are and what you guys can produce. I got a situation where I need a website created for a company, and I was just going to ask someone here to do it, but then before I did that, I asked the guy in the company how much money I can pay someone. So if anyone has any experienced website development, shoot me a DM. If not, I got to go hire some random person. I'd prefer to give the money to someone here. So DM me, and we can talk more about it offline.
And just to be clear, he's talking about for his job, by the way, not division related necessarily.
Yeah, this isn't a division website. This is
I just want to put it out there.
This is a new job I've been looking at, and one of the things that I got reached out about was a website. I've already spoke to our programming team, but they're all kind of swamped. So if there's anyone else out there who has the experience and needs a bit of cash, I can get you that opportunity. Anyway, who's next?
There's no. I don't have any other questions that I
Right.
see. Raise your hand if
Right.
you have a question. Oh wait, I got Nick.
Nick, really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Letting anyone up here.
I was wondering if we can get rid of one of the modded servers and get a NPF or experienced player only server.
That's not going to happen anytime soon unless we start going and expanding from what we already have.
The modded servers won't go away, but again, what I'd recommend you to do is think about your question with what I've said earlier. With the expansion opportunities, partnering with other communities, etc., there is a chance that one of those servers could potentially go in that direction. All right? Not
Just
to
wanna-
guarantee anything. I'm just saying it is not off the table.
Just to clarify something, even though it might say experienced only, anybody can fucking join that. It does not stop people from joining, even if they're new in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but it would allow us to get rid of people like US Tribes quicker.
We're not. See, that's the thing. We're not going to do anything like that. We're admins are not going to kick people because we're not going to sit there and watch them how they fucking play. I'm just sorry, we're not going to do that. So that's one of the reasons why we don't have an experienced player server right now.
All right. Well, besides Nick, if it was experienced, how would you get on? Who's next? He's just catching shots for no reason.
Anybody else have any questions? Looks like Pop Out.
All right, last one. Pop out, you're up.
All right. I've just been bouncing around the division recently, looking for who to talk to about how I get involved with the actual servers and the networking and data centers. Apparently, we're working with AWS, but I don't know any of the details. I might be able to help.
Reach out to Z Knight.
Yeah, that sounds programming.
Yep,
Xena,
that's
you wanna
program team.
reach out to-
Yep. Please. They have tickets in the contact HQ and service, and you can open a ticket with programming team, and then they'll get with you.
All right.
Yeah.
So, I know that this one was a long one, but there is so much shit going on lately. Needed to give you guys all this opportunity. Also, last thing I'm going to mention, over the past few days, I've been on LOA. When I'm not around, Giggity's there to hold down the fort, but then also he's swamped with everything he has to do. So I'm stressing this as much as possible. When you need us, we are available. But please make sure you need us and that you couldn't have handled something on a squad level, a company level, or a battalion level. Okay? There are plenty of people along that route before you swing into our offices. And I say this to you so that way you guys understand. I don't know what you guys do every day. Right? But when I get home from work and after I finish taking fucking Odin to go shit outside, when I actually get online, I then spend the next hour to 3 hours dealing with DMs, dealing with promotions, dealing with organizing a division, and then I might get 30 minutes to 45 minutes to go jump on squad. Okay? I might jump on fucking Kingdom Come Deliverance for a little bit of peace and quiet, but for the most part, when I'm here, I'm generally responding to messages. So if I'm not here, Giggity's got his workload and then my workload. Okay? So I ask you, all of you guys, please recognize, I don't know about every other captain. I know what I deal with, and I know what Giggity deals with very explicitly. And there is a shitload of stuff on our levels. So please, if you can, a lot of this small, simple stuff, take it at the junior levels as much as possible. And if you really need a big fucking righteous kill on your hands, then come to us and we'll deal with it. All right? Craig, if that's about you trying to get extra copies of the game for a discount price from Bohemia, I can assume that that's not going to happen. All right. Giggity, you got anything else? Officers? Go ahead.
I was going to say, the only thing I can think of is for those that I just want to touch on Arma one more time. As far as Arma goes and building that community, Rome wasn't built in a day. It's going to take some time, and it might take some, going into the looking for groups and, some of the forums and stuff like that. Y'all do your thing. If you think you can help, promote Arma Forger for the 1st Marine Division, do it. Don't poach. We don't like poaching, but if people are looking and saying, "Hey, where can I play with a group?" That you go and fucking find them, and they're there to be found. It's just that we have to do the due diligence. So for those that are wanting to grow that community, especially on the Reforged side, we got to do the work too. That's how we did it on the first RV side, and look where we've grown. So it can be done, and I have a lot of faith in y'all. They'd be able to do it. That's all. All right, we got Ash. What do you want, Ash?
Ash, you're up. Be friendly.
Hello. Thanks for having me. I just had a question. Will we ever be getting like TK logs or like what weapon you get killed by, like for publics or admins at all?
We already wait for admins. We already have that.
For public or admin or like I
We
know
have
for admin.
admin have them. Public does not have them. You talking about on the server, like saying, "Oh, this person killed you"?
Yeah, like TK log and the weapon log, like what weapon you got killed by it.
Again, admins have access to that, but as far as
I know what he means.
Public.
He means regarding for the public, I don't think it's going to happen right now, priority wise, but possibly in the future. The guys who I know who would handle that right now have got a lot of other projects on their hands. So bring that back up at the next battalion meeting or division
You
meeting.
got
Sorry.
it. So, yep.
Okay.
You got it. I was just curious. Thank you.
Yep. All right. On this last note that we're going to end on, we are in the start of March. I will post it this week about a New England meetup in Boston. I have been reached out to by at least 5 members nearby. We will do a divisional meetup in Boston coming in the next 5 weeks. All right. I will find time. Well, that person can wait for a second. All right. There will be a divisional meetup in Boston. I will put a post up here, Boston, New England. Okay. United States. Okay. So for anyone who's interested, I will put it out there and respond. Let me know. And if there's enough people, then it will happen. But I know of at least 4 or 5 people in the New England area who have all been asking. Boston seems like the logical location. Probably be around St. Patty's Day weekend. Stabby, you're up.
Hey, just to end off on a positive note, do you think we could have some more photos of Odin?
I will post a photo of Odin here in the barracks. If I've got one with him with his clothes on. All right. Yeah. Sorry, it's gonna take me a second. All right. Photo.
there you go. OdinFansOnly.com.
Only thing.
Odin.
Yeah.
Only.
All right. I'm posting 2. I might be posting one that I've already posted, but whatever. There you go. You get a couple.
Yeah, right. $5 a per.
Yeah, that's a new whitelist here for people that want.
Right.
Pictures. All right, guys. Appreciate everyone for coming and taking the time on a Saturday. I wish you guys all the best. I will be sitting in the barracks of EC. If anyone wants to come talk or shoot the shit, I'll be there for the next 10 minutes. All right. Have a good one, lads. Have a great night.
Y'all are free to go. Appreciate it, guys.